basically show you better prices for doing searches. If you're familiar with the browser search of Honey, which just sold to PayPal for $4 billion, it was very similar to that, but early days. This is kind of the timeline. So this is my company, 2010, originally from St. Louis. The company was called Growth Systems. We got close to 10 million users. We sold it to a company called info.com, a British company. And then once we sold the company, we changed the name. So we shifted it from Growth Systems to Complementix, okay? So what Complementix does, and this is kind of our story and our background. If you want to learn more, just go to complementix.com. So we're here in Chicago. We're a total team of 15, but 5 of my core team. What we do and what we have done is we go to apps, Tinder, Shazam, Meet Me, Weather Channel. Think of any type of app that's on the Play Store, Google App Store. And we say, hey, put this line of code in your app, pass us this data anonymously, we'll monetize it. And what we'll do is we'll give you a revenue source that's additional to what you're already doing, okay? So we've been doing that for 7 years. It's growing well. It's a profitable growing business. Here's an example of what we do with the data. This is the perfect example, okay? So we all knew, let me continue with that. We know that the Whopper, so Burger King has just announced, this is 2019. They announced that they're gonna start selling the Impossible meat, this plant-based meat, okay? So that's their goal. Their goal is to drive more physical people to Burger King to see how this product actually sells. So what we did as Complementix, because we have all this raw location data anonymously with one of our clients, Barclays Bank, the top 10 bank in the world, they're a client of Complementix. We said, is this new burger driving more traffic to Burger King versus McDonald's in the same areas? And ironically, they used St. Louis and they used Kansas City. So let me rehearse that again. You look at all the Burger Kings in St. Louis before they launched the Impossible Whopper, and then they launched the Impossible Whopper, and then you compare them, okay? Is it driving more traffic versus less traffic? And then you compare McDonald's in St. Louis and Kansas City as well, right? And what we were able to show, and you can see here, this is utilizing Barclays Research and Complementix. This is on CNBC. This was the CIO of Charles Schwab retweeted this. Everybody retweeted this because we were one of the first companies to know that this Impossible Whopper drove more traffic than McDonald's in those key areas, right? So there is value in us as Complementix in this scenario, knowing before Burger King does an earnings call, before McDonald's does an earnings call, that people actually want to go to Burger King to try out this new Whopper. And that got popular. Then all these hedge funds and banks came out to us, and many of those came on board, and those are clients of ours. And that's where Tapestri comes in. So with Complementix, my main goal was going to apps. Hey, app, put in this line of code. Hey, app, put in this line of code. And most of those apps had another core business. It's a dating app. It's a travel app. It's a game, right? Like that's not their core business to sell data. And many of them are trying to do it all hush hush secretly, but they are consenting you. It's deep in the privacy policy and the terms of agreements that you'll never read, of course. But what I want to do is get around all that. So Complementix is a growing business. It's still here in Chicago with a lot of clients. I'm going directly to the consumer. I'm telling the consumer, I want to collect their information anonymously. I want to do things like this, right? This is a perfect example. Something else launches, we will see in the real world what people actually do. And when we monetize that data, we pay you for it. Instead of me paying Tinder or Shazam, other Weather Channel, or Candy Crush or Angry Birds, I pay you. So a proven system. Imagine us doing this in every city in America, eventually every city across the globe, looking at London and Dubai and China, how China's growing or not growing, or looking how American cities are growing or how American universities are growing, all completely anonymously. So that's kind of how it works. Hopefully that brings a bit more clarity.
It does, Walter. And one more thing along those lines, one of the things that makes this Tapestri app so special is from day one, we're going to have access to your old company's data. So it's not like the apps we give out is all the data that's going to be on there. So you want to address that real quick, because that's going to make this a very hot app for the consumer, really from day one.
Yeah. So what am I on mute? Hopefully, okay, I'm on mute. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm putting Complementix data in there. So imagine we launched Tapestri, we have tens of thousands of users, which is a decent amount, but in the world of apps, it's really, really small. I throw Complimentics data in there as well. So now when you walk into Walmart, you see a lot of people, right? Because Complimentics sees 96% of the US population currently through a whole network of 25,000 apps that we work with. The goal is to have Tapestri replace Complimentics data set, right? As so many people are concerned about ethically sourced meat and everything has to be organic, we care about ethically sourced data, and that is with your permission and with paying you. That's the goal.